So we'll start from here, chat. Here we go. We have a nice Kiileerrz versus Loreley rematch here in the lower bracket of the AMENA ProDrops 1v1 Invitational. Winner of this moves on to the single elimination phase to be finished on Johnny Boy's stream. Loser gets sent home. Now, when these guys met previously, it was a close battle, and Kiileerrz was able to get the win just barely in Game 5. This time around, the server situation is going to be slightly different. Kiileerrz was kind enough to play the entire of the previous matchup on EU servers, but it is AMENA 1v1, which means we probably should be playing as much on Middle East as possible. So this time around, it will be at least half the games or close to half the games on the Middle East servers. We'll be jumping over to Middle East servers every other game. So that's the plan here today. Kiileerrz and Loreley. Will that give even more of an advantage to Kiileerrz? We saw him play Ness on Middle East servers and didn't help him there. Ness was able to get the win even with the 100 or so ping that he was forced to play with. Which is, of course, what Kiileerrz plays with normally. He's got 96 here. 96 and 64 on this server. Good to see you guys here in chat. Eros only Ray, what's up? Kiileerrz dribble from the corner. Got the first goal of the game. Now trying to get the fourth. Tie this game back up. Has a full field dribble now. Can he outplay Loreley on the goal line? He can. Gets the reset right towards the end of this dribble. And Loreley, who had more than enough boost to make the play, still didn't stand a chance. Kiileerrz, look at these wall dashes as he picks up boost at midfield. Long shot from Kiileerrz. Loreley makes it back in time. Loreley known to fly around the map at top speed and hope things work out. Right now they're working out for him as he goes up 3-2. He's been playing some solid ones recently. You know, there was a time where he was threatening some of the top players in ones, but we thought that those times had passed. It didn't seem like he had focused on ones in a long time. In fact, when he played the Fall 5K, I think he said it was the first couple ones games he had played in many, many, many months, but he must have been playing a bit more at the very least. That Fall 5K was a nice warm-up because he has looked solid in this tournament so far against some tough competition. Kiileerrz has been hard to take down, and I guess he wasn't taken down by Loreley. Loreley did lose in Game 5, but he definitely was Kiileerrz's equal in that series. And he is his equal so far here today. Nice take off the wall. Kiileerrz able to drop it crossbar down. Also able to take down Drally, who maybe hasn't looked like his previous self either, but gotta give credit to the player playing better on the day. Ness making it through this group in uppers. Ness definitely looking like the best player coming out of this group. Loreley taking a slight trip to grab that 100 boost. Kiileerrz trying to stick around this play, but it's costing him everything he's got to do so. And now Loreley, once again, really strong first touch just to stay going fast. And Kiileerrz is going to be able to get this fourth goal, though. Strong save. Catches back up. Loreley caught out. Kiileerrz, that's not the first touch that he wanted. Definitely not what you look to get when you try and set up a dribble, is dropping that ball right into the opponent on a roll. Loreley's trying to back pass this to see if he can stay in control. Kiileerrz, nice little pinch on the side wall, but it's not going to lead to much. Loreley with the boost advantage stays down, and this air dribble is not threatening, not when it's not pointed at net. It's aimed way too much at the back wall. Nice touch pass. Now Loreley needs to get this ball back to net. Great save by Kiileerrz, and he might even have this counterattack. He's able to lob the long shot over the top of Loreley, but not quite enough to get the goal. Kiileerrz now delay 50. The patience on the goal line leads to the 5th goal with 1:09 on the clock. Buried Living. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Buried Living. Ball to air dribble. Ceiling reset from Kiileerrz. Loreley looks to challenge him all the way to the top of the arena. And it didn't work out well for him. Kiileerrz still had a good chance. He just wasn't able to finish it off. So now Loreley, what could he do with the ball at center field? What he's trying to do is take every single boost pad on the map in order to eventually lead to this great opportunity. Kiileerrz trying to path over a few pads to have a chance, but it's not going to matter. Loreley starved him out and then capitalized. Kiileerrz, and he had 47 by the time it came to the moment he needed to make the save, but he didn't use any of it as Loreley gets his 4th, and now Kiileerrz is going to extend it with a kickoff goal. That is what Loreley needed here late at the end of this game. An equalizer instead. Kiileerrz pushes it up to 2. Kiileerrz. This one up the side wall. And we get a reset. And look at this shot from Kiileerrz. What a way to ice the game. 15 seconds now, 3 goals. Certainly is over, but not a low-risk play from Kiileerrz in a moment where he just needed to be safe. He didn't need another goal. Could have played that much calmer, but instead takes the risk and gets rewarded. Make it potentially 8-4. My goodness. This game was close, I swear. But Kiileerrz has just blown it out. Made it look like Loreley didn't stand a chance. Loreley's going to throw in a kickoff goal to put himself within 3. But unless we see a massive choke, Kiileerrz letting in 3 of those kickoffs he just gave up. And there's really no way he'll do that. After the first 2, he'll fake or something. He won't just come back to the kickoff. Kiileerrz trying to keep it up. He is a member of Rule 1 after all. And is he going to get his 9th goal? He is. 9-5. Kiileerrz winning game number 1. I believe we're going to head to Middle East servers now. But Kiileerrz stealing one on EU. Game number 2. Kiileerrz and Loreley. Loreley playing on 170 here. Kiileerrz on 40. So definitely an advantage to Kiileerrz in this game number 2. We are playing in the Middle East tournament. So playing on the Middle East servers should be no surprise, although Kiileerrz is asking, is it good for Loreley? Loreley says yes. So he's going to try and do what very few have been able to do, which is win on 180 or so ping. And Kiileerrz right now up 1-0 again. Loreley, the reset and a first. Maybe should have watched that one as it was nice. Just skipped it out of reflex, you know. For everybody who plays Rocket League knows. Loreley wall to air dribble. He's in the Fennec now. Can he use the Fennec to take down the Middle Eastern player? Maybe something about the Fennec on high ping has superpowers. It almost looks like Kiileerrz is the one playing on high ping here, as Lourley threatening that shot off the bounce, and Kiileerrz felt the need to try and cover it, and ends up bouncing in the top right corner. Lourley doesn't find much of anything on that dribble and should be able to get back as he launches it off the back wall. Doesn't go all the way to the corner for boost. Felt like he had to stick around for the save. I'm not sure if that's true. I think he probably could have gone a bit longer into the boost and maybe stood a better chance, but it's easy to say in retrospect. Lourley can let this bounce off the wall after convincing Kiileerrz to leave the midfield because he is there threatening. And Kiileerrz just does not want to commit ever. Ends up waiting too long. Commitment issues cause him to get scored on. Kick up win. Kiileerrz going to steal that back left corner. The double. Lourley is there and able to signal jump over the top of the bump attempt. Now this flick to the top left gets saved and taken away. Kiileerrz big fake and then actually takes to the corner, but doesn't really lead to a scoring opportunity despite the fact that he got Lourley to miss. This is his best chance right now, so Kiileerrz always willing to play the long ball. Doesn't need to shoot on his first opportunity, has faith in his ability to get Lourley a little bit lower on boost, make him miss, and then slowly work him down for the eventual goal. Lourley air dribble bump. No, pulled back off of it, which is interesting because the air dribble bump did seem like it could have been successful. This is a interesting volley between these two as they keep the ball up in their attempts to either score or clear it away. Lourley is the one who comes out the better of it. Kiileerrz past one into the corner. Can he get this shot though? Trying to stay greedy, getting on the wrong side of the ball, grabbing 100 and looking to stay in the play. And for good reason. He knows he's got Lourley fairly low, but even then Lourley escapes. Kiileerrz, nice dodge and flick. Is it enough power? It is. We haven't seen a ton of flicks in this group. This whole group B that we've been covering in the AMENA ProDrops 1v1 Invitational hasn't relied on their flicks very much at all. And even the flicks that we have seen are usually unsuccessful, but Kiileerrz showing that he has at least some flick game. As he scores his fourth goal, bounce dribble. That net looks open on the far right, but he actually puts it back left. Had he shot early, I think the far right would have been completely uncontested. Lourley wouldn't have stood a chance. But as he shoots a bit later, he's able to bait Lourley into crossing back heavily towards that open portion of the net. Really just clinical play from Kiileerrz. A bounce dribble. That is one of the nastiest things that we've seen come out of the Middle East 1v1ers. Lourley can't control this kickoff. Minute 40. Lourley was looking good here on these Middle East servers, but Kiileerrz has gotten a bit of separation. Lourley's going to close that up at least partially with this goal. First time tuning into a stream. Thanks for the effort you put into these and uploading games. Thank you, the Alex. Great to have you here. Always nice to have the first timers. Some people who probably enjoy the YouTube. Admittedly, we're a bit under the weather today. We weren't feeling the best yesterday. And today has probably just gotten a little bit worse. It's not terrible, but we're grinding through. Lorley, ceiling reset. Can't find anything out of it. Kiileerrz tried to wave dash around like crazy. Now can he roll this up the wall? No, he actually takes it off the bounce instead. Ceiling reset on the ball. Air dribble, 50. Oh my goodness, what a save from Lorley. That was almost a clip for Kiileerrz. Lorley able to use the respawn to get a decent amount of boost, but he can't get back to this one. Kiileerrz, what a dribble. Absolutely insane save from Lorley, but it's not the first time that we have seen an insane save that Kiileerrz just eventually follows up and gets his goal no matter what. Lorley, reset wave dash. This time isn't going to benefit from that bounce as it's headed away from net. Probably needed to take the shot. Kiileerrz gonna get an open one. 8-5. 23 seconds on the clock. And can Lorley find a way through some magical kickoffs? Kiileerrz trying to go wave dash. Actually does not win the race to the ball, but... Or sorry, he does not win the race to the boost. He is the first one to touch the ball, which was necessary. So Lorley was about to tap in a quick goal, but the quick goal did not come, so it will be Kiileerrz winning the Middle East server as well as the EU server. We're going to hop back to EU for game number 3. We'll see if Kiileerrz can shut out Lorley or if Lorley is going to start the comeback. Drally does that too. You chose the wrong country for RL Fan Clash. I think I chose France. I heard France was going to win, or was likely to win. So I chose France. Lorley can't find anything. Kiileerrz air dribble reset at the start of this game number 3. 88 and 68 for these guys. I mean, it really feels like a nice server for them. We'll see how it goes. Turns for performance. How do you get that multicolor Nike explosion? I'm not sure. Kiileerrz cannot win this 50 well enough. Lorley backflips into it and gets himself a second goal. Vance is the best in car soccer and real life football. I like how you said car soccer, but real life football. It almost makes it sound like you think that France is good at American football. Great fake on the musty and catch by Kiileerrz. Oh, Lorley had to come off the wall to make an effort to cover those. Kiileerrz now, wave dash. Can he turn it into something? Lorley has to hover. If he doesn't use his boost and hover near the top of the net, then he is not likely to be able to keep Kiileerrz out, and it just doesn't seem like Lorley can keep Kiileerrz out ever in the long term. As Kiileerrz front flips and taps in the tying goal. Lorley into his back corner. Under boost, can use his jump to get back down to the ground. Kiileerrz flying underneath the ball is going to leave a window open, and Lorley will take it. Kiileerrz, little mistake, ends up costing him a goal. Kiileerrz, low 50. Can he get around this and make it scoreable for the recovery? He cannot, but he is slowly breaking Lorley down. We just talked about how he has done a really good job at converting these. He's going to pop this ball out to the midfield, and he was able to steal the boost. In the meantime, Lorley gets another connection. Enough to get him midfield boost before he makes it back. Probably had to use a decent amount of that just to get back to net. But this 50 is successful, and he's escaped. But for how long? Oh my goodness, the read. Kiileerrz thought that Lorley was going to go grab boost, which is something that players in this spot would do more often than not. But what Kiileerrz didn't know is that Lorley noticed that Kiileerrz was going to let it bounce off. So basically the back and forth is Lorley is probably going to get boost. And if that's true, Kiileerrz is going to let the ball bounce right off the back wall towards Lorley's net to try and counter him. But if Lorley wants to be one step ahead and he knows that that's going to happen, he could just turn back and dive, which is a very risky play. A risky play that he probably shouldn't do, which is why Kiileerrz isn't expecting him to do it. And it ends up resulting in a goal. Kickoff as well. 5-2. Lorley, he is running it up, and crossbar down, 6-2. Absolutely insane. Lorley, oh my goodness. Everything's working for him now. Cannot seem to be stopped here. Up 5. That being said, half the game is still yet to be played. So there is a chance that Kiileerrz could come back. He's going to have to come off the back of some kickoff wins, though. Lorley's had the last few. Pinch from Kiileerrz. Oh, the dream is not alive, as he got no power on it. But actually, it was probably the best way to fail it. You either want to actually pinch it, score it, or if you're going to fail it, you want to just have it not move at all so you can stay with the ball. A fake wave dash, or maybe an attempted wave dash, but he side flips instead. Kiileerrz pops this ball, grabs the reset, and Lorley able to connect with the defensive play before the shot comes. Kiileerrz, air dribble bump. No, Lorley around it, and Lorley a counter. 8-2. Kiileerrz wants to go next. Understandably, Lorley had definitely won this game. Off to Middle East to see if Kiileerrz can finish it off there. 12 ping. Oh, that's a good one. This one seems like a better server for both players. 136 for Lorley and 16 for Kiileerrz. He had 40 or so the previous previous Middle Eastern server. Lorley had like 180, so 140 is a ping that I have seen players win at. And by that I mean I've seen KB1 destroy some really, really solid players while playing on 140. So can Lorley do it to Kiileerrz? We will have to see. Lorley trying to air dribble into a 50, and it's not going to work. Not only that, but it's going to hit off the post, and Kiileerrz gets his first goal. Lorley forced to make this interception off kickoff. Now Kiileerrz trying to find something out of this possession he was forced to take back into his corner. He's going to double off the ground. It's just too soft. Lorley going to have no trouble getting the save. Bounce dribble from Lorley just underneath the crossbar. Amazing shots and a tying goal. Kiileerrz caught watching as the bounce dribble comes screaming in. One of these two, I believe, trying to earn a ticket in a 1v1 against Rewas. So could be Kiileerrz playing his twin brother. Could be Lorley, the way he played in that previous game. Demoed. And it should be Kiileerrz in control of the ball in this back corner. Guaranteed $500, I believe, tied for third. Getting 500 in the ProDrops AMENA 1v1 Invitational. With second getting 1,000 and first getting 2,000. So definitely a lot to be playing for here. Lorley has to fly back just to get this reset. Long shot for Kiileerrz, and he has found it. I don't even think it takes a bounce. It's just inside the net. Lorley was trying to get that ball to roll, almost definitely. What he didn't want was it bouncing out to midfield where it was shootable. What he did want was it to glue to the side wall in order to buy himself just a little bit of time. Even if that led to a wall to air dribble, those are a bit slower than immediate power shots. Now the bounce dribble to fake. Oh, nasty fake by Lorley. Sending Kiileerrz flying. To watch it from his perspective, he saw the hook shot coming and he just jumped. He had to. And Lorley goes the other way. Kiileerrz now. This front flick leads to not much. Lorley just trying to stay with boost in defense because Kiileerrz has done such a good job starving him and eventually scoring. He's going to elect to use his 50 to meet him up far away from the net. Let's buy him time to get another 100, which he uses once again just to slowly delay Kiileerrz. And now Kiileerrz going to make his way through. I mean, I wonder if there are some decisions that could be adjusted for Lorley in order to escape this pin into his box that he can't get out of. Lorley's going to have a wall to air dribble here. He has not been one to pass those up in this series against Kiileerrz. And I might even be referring to yesterday, but goes about as well as it can for Kiileerrz on the challenge as he falls from the ceiling and intercepts, leading to a fourth goal. Kiileerrz fighting for his chance to play against Rewas. I don't know if he's ever been able to take down Rewas. In fact, I think the only game win I've seen for Kiileerrz in that matchup was when it was a best of one. It was a best of one in King of the Hill, and Kiileerrz won. So he actually won the whole series because that was all it was. But pretty much any other time, any extended series that I've seen between the two has been in favor of Rewas. Lorley, he is not interested in letting the twins play against each other. It's going to take a little bit more here in these final 2 minutes to prevent it, though. 360ing as he gains control of the ball. Air dribble potentially into a bump, but he didn't have to. By the time he double jumped it, it was already heading to the net as Kiileerrz dove underneath the play. Will you be casting Nupo Nest? No, I think Johnny's got the rest of it. I want to say I'll be finishing out this round, this group, and then Johnny has the single limb bracket, just like last time. You guys remember all the 2 previous ProDrops tournaments? Johnny handles the best of 7s in the single limb, and I'll be watching with you guys. Lorley drops this one bottom left on his way back for the minute 32 to make it all up. These kickoff wins will certainly help him in doing so. He was able to win a ton of kickoffs in the previous game in order to extend it so far that Kiileerrz wanted to forfeit. So you know it's in him to have the kickoff edge. He's pre-jumping this air dribble, and that air dribble doesn't come. Kiileerrz instead takes to the ground, and I think that flick, I was going to say came a bit early, but it ends up being perfect. Kiileerrz knows what he's doing, not me. And 65 boost for Lorley. I'm interested why he wasn't boosting or doing it. I mean, he just jumped, and I don't know if he didn't expect Kiileerrz to try and continue that, because it felt like he could have used some boost in order to prevent that from being a goal, but almost decided not to. Bats on Twitch, thank you for the 25 months of Prime, man. 2 years and a month of priming. That's on Twitch. I want to say the first Prime. I say this every time, but the first Prime that I got, who I had not known that person IRL. Or maybe, no, I think it was from the YouTube. The first person who came from the YouTube and gave their Prime, I think it was Bats on Twitch. I don't know, I just always remember that name. Anyways, long time giving the Prime now. Kiileerrz, 9-4. Able to get to this ball quicker than Lorley thought. The Fennec has been doing well for Lorley. I think he switched to it just in this last game, right? But it hasn't been enough. As Kiileerrz flicks just barely off the post. Can he find a way into the net? No, he cannot. Lorley gets the first save, pre-flips out in order to make Kiileerrz take it to the wall. And is he trying to challenge all the way from the absolute stratosphere? What is going on here from Lorley? He is sending himself to the ceiling and challenging across the entire map in an attempt to stop Kiileerrz. And he did not get there. So 10-4, it is looking like a twin matchup. A twin matchup, and then it would be Nupo and Ness over on the other side of the single limb. Kiileerrz, great flick. Talking about how flicks have not been scoring very much here. That was a great one. But it comes at a time when the game is likely already over. Lorley, air dribble, gonna finish it with a bump almost surely. Kiileerrz gets around it. 10 seconds. It's all for show now, as Kiileerrz has given himself a $500 win and a chance at his twin brother. Certainly could silence all the haters of the 1v1. I don't know. He doesn't have haters. I don't know why I said haters. But certainly everyone knows that Rawas is more tenured in the 1v1 game mode than Kiileerrz. And it would be quite the statement in order to take him down in this semifinal coming up.